Hello everybody. Happy Thursday. I hope everybody's having a great day. I just realized that I forgot to put it in my broadcast announcement that I'm live. Let me see if I can go over here and do that real fast. If I can get to that from this. I hope everybody's having a great day. It's really warm here, so it's a perfect day. We're gonna do a little Christmas in July. So I hope everyone is ready for that, ready for some Christmas in July. Maybe it'll take our mind off of the warm weather out there. So come on in and say hello. If you don't see the red live button right up here in the corner, then you're catching the replay. So just make sure you put hashtag replay in the comments and drop any questions that you might have in the comments. Hi, Rhea. Happy Thursday. Hope you're having a great day, friend. Okay. Sorry, you guys. I'm trying to look on this and see. I forgot to announce to the people that follow on my broadcast channel that I was live. So hopefully they will get a notification and they can come over and join us. Hi, Dana. Yes. Thank you. Yes, I got some sunshine while we were on vacation, and I feel really good. It was so wonderful. That's the first time we had ever been to Turks, and everything they say about the water is 100% true. It is the prettiest water I've ever seen. So we loved it. We had the best time. But I'm not gonna lie, it was good to be home and be in my bed. So I know a lot of you can relate to that. That used to not be such a big deal for me, but now I'm like, I really miss my bed when I'm gone. But yes, we had a wonderful trip. It was so fun. If you ever get a chance to visit Turks and Caicos, I would highly recommend it. Okay, you guys, I just released a new, I call it a Christmas sampler kit. It's just a kit with just a little taste or a little peek at the Christmas kits that I'll be releasing at Christmas time. So it was just a piece, from each, not all the kits, but from a lot of the kits, just to kind of get people an idea. And so today we are going to work on one of those pieces, and I'm going to try something different with it. The Bahamas. I've never been to the Bahamas, Rhea. We need to put that on our list. It's on your bucket list, ain't it? It should be. You won't regret it. You will not regret it. Okay, so we're going to do, this is in that little kit, but even if you don't have the kit, you could still try what I'm going to show you today. But what I'm using is it's a little, looks like a little mini cutting board. And this is included in that Christmas sampler. And it's going to look like a snowman because it's got the nose and it's got the little eyes that go with it and the mouth. Okay, that's all part of it. And then I even added snowflakes. So this snowflake was kind of a late addition. And as I was packing up the orders that have already come through, I tucked some snowflakes in there because everybody needs snowflakes. So we're using this on this little guy too. You just got back from oh, how fun, Pat. I hope you had the best time. I'm sure you did. Bora Bora. I've never been to Bora Bora too. I need to make a list, you guys. Thank you, Rhea, for sprinkling. I need to make a list. And I've told you guys before, I'm a beach person. And Mr. Wardenholm, he doesn't not like the beach, but his favorite, he likes the mountains. And so we try to give and take. And so in the spring and summer, if we get to go somewhere, we try to go somewhere warm for me. And then in the fall, we go to like the mountains. And the reason we go in the fall is because I really hate like cold weather. So I always think the fall is the best. So we try to go. Rhea, it's really cute. And we're good at Christmas time. I'm going to have, this will be one of our new kits, but there will be more to the kit. So at Christmas time. So I just kind of wanted to give people a little peek into what we're going to be having at Christmas time. So the first thing I'm going to do with this, and these can be stained, they can be painted, or they can be decoupaged. I'm going to stain it, and I'm going to use my Waverly. And I already made one earlier because, you know, I have to play around with stuff and see, you know, if it's going to turn out, and it turned out super cute. So I wanted to show you guys this, what I did. And like I said, if you got a kit, you could totally do this. But if you didn't get a kit, you could do this technique. You could try it on any wood surface. So I'm staining it, and you can use any stain. I liked this, the Waverly, because it's not too dark and overbearing, and I wanted it to be be a little dark, but not too much, you know. Does that make sense? Because I do like a darker stain, but for this project, I wanted to go a little lighter. And this Waverly is almost like a milk chocolate almost. It's really pretty. Okay, so we're going to stain that, and then I'll just wipe off any excess. And on these edges of these wood pieces, I try to keep them clean, but when you paint these, inevitably I get paint and stuff on the sides. And so after I'm done with the project, I usually just take a wet wipe and clean the edges. Okay, so it's got a little bit of color. You can say it's not too much, but it's just a little bit. Thank you, Pat. My hair is natural curly, and so I'm just going to be honest, I didn't want to mess with it today, and so I washed it last night. And a lot of people will contest to this. If you have natural curly hair, it's always a toss-up what it's going to look like if you go to sleep with it wet. And this morning it wasn't too bad. So when I got up, so I was like, okay, we'll leave it like that. But thank you. Okay, so got some stain on there, and we'll set that aside because we'll use that again later. And then, I'm going to try this technique, and this is just kind of, I've done stuff like this before, and it's kind of like you want to get the chippy, the naturally old, worn looking paint, and I tried something new, and it turned out really well, so we're going to try it again. So this one, you're just using candle wax, and I have a whole package of these little tea light candles, and so I just took the bottom off of it and took the wick out, and I'm using that. And I'm really going to give this good coverage. And I don't know if you can see, but there's little grooves etched on here to kind of make it look like farmhouse. And I'm really going to work my wax in those grooves, because anywhere the wax is, your paint it's going to give way and not hold on there, so that when we scrape our paint later, it'll come off those spots, and I think it'll look good. And I'm really hitting those edges. Okay, and you can see, I mean, I've got quite a bit of wax on here. And it's kind of messy, so you'll have to clean up afterward, but I promise it's going to be worth it. Now, I'm starting with this color. You could use any color you want. AB Burnt Umber. Okay, that's good to know, Dana, for Waverly Antique Wax. I buy the Waverly because I'm at Walmart all the time, more than I want to be, but you know, it's a necessary, I shouldn't say evil, but it's one of those places you got to go. So I just always pick it up there. So that's why I use the Waverly so much. So this is Apple Barrel, and this is Walmart, and it's Cloudless. And this is one of my very favorite blues for Snowman. I love it. So I use it a lot. And we're going to put some of this on our board. Now, I probably won't cover completely my board, but I do want some of this blue to peek out later. So I'm just going to give it a little light brush here and there. And I want to kind of put it thicker in some areas. And then just kind of leave it light. Now, if you don't, you could just do white if you wanted to, but this technique is so fun this little chippy paint technique. I love it so much because I like old, worn, chippy looking stuff, right? And this kind of gives you that without, you know, on something new. You can create that, so I like it. Okay, so just something like that. So it's not completely covered, but a lot of that will come off later because we have that candle wax on there. So, and then I'm just going to give this a good dry, and then we're going to go over top. We'll add more wax, and then we'll go over the top of that with this light ivory. I'm not using white, but totally whatever your color choice is, right? Whatever you like. And you'll see your wax is going to melt a little bit when you're drying it, but that's not been a problem for me. Okay, now I'm going to go back over this again with some of my wax. And when you put your wax on here, I did notice that some of my paint did pull up a little bit, but it's okay. I don't think that hurt the project at all. Okay, so I got another coat of wax on there, and now I'm just going to put my top coat on there. Hi, Jenny. I'm glad you caught me live. I'm glad you're here. I had to go live and catch everybody before the 4th. And I was out of pocket last week because I was on vacation, so I've missed seeing everybody. So I just paint right over the top of that wax. And you don't, like I said, if you want to leave some of that blue peeking out, you know, you don't have to completely cover it. But it is going to scrape off. Okay. Now, that's what I did. I didn't do complete coverage on there, okay? But like I said, it doesn't really matter. Even if you do, a lot of that's going to scrape right off of there. And when I was kind of messing around earlier, I don't have a scraper, so I went and I got one of my husband's metal scrapers, and I think that was too much. It was too abrasive. So what I ended up landing on was these, and I've told you about these. These are like one of my favorite tools, and I've even shared an Amazon link with you before. This is Pampered Chef, and that's where I first discovered these, but Amazon sells just like these, and I've shared links before with these. These are awesome, and it's a great scraper for a project like this one, because I don't want to cut into my wood, and this doesn't do that like a metal scraper does. Hi, Kelly. Okay, so we're going to dry this down, and this doesn't take very long. It's a really quick project. See what I mean about the paint? But I can clean that up easy peasy. Okay, just want to get that. And even if it bubbles up a little bit, usually I'm like, don't get too close. You don't want to bubble it up. But in this case, that almost works in your favor. These are the best. I love these. So awesome. Okay, so now I'm just going to take my little scraper, and I'll scrape towards you guys maybe so you can see. I'm trying to get like an even scrape here. Sometimes I use too much pressure, I think. So, and it just depends on how distressed you want this. Do you want it not much? And that's your wax too. Put on less wax if you don't want a real heavy distress. Put on more wax if you do, kind of like what I've got here. And I really hit these edges hard. So So you can see some of the pink peeking through there and the blue peeking through there. Okay, so it's totally up to you. If you're like, oh, that's weight, I don't like that, that's too much distress, you can even skip this step. You could just paint this if you wanted to. But you could also just do, I'm trying to clean up my mess a little bit here, the edges. If you didn't want to do the center of it, you could just do the edges. Whatever, totally up, whatever you like, whatever your style is. Okay. Then I usually just take a paper towel and kind of wipe this excess off here. Okay. So that's what I've got. Okay. Now, I wanted to darken mine up a little bit, so I went back over it with some of this bear wax that I have, and I may have enough on my sponge. I don't think I do. I'm going to have to put a little bit more on there. Thank you, Rhea. And this is heavily distressed, okay? It is, but I like the heavily distressed. I want it to look like somebody made this, like my grandmother made it, and it's been sitting out in the elements or something, you know, like it's been around for years. I love that look. And I'm really trying to get it in these grooves here that are etched into the board. Okay. Okay, so I darkened it up a little bit there. I think I want to kind of get it in those grooves just a little bit more. These little grooves are etched, and they will hold stain or paint, you know. Whatever you wipe over them, they'll hold it when you wipe the excess off. I'm just kind of adding a little bit more. I don't want those to get lost in our technique here. Okay, so you've got our distress. Okay, now we're going to add the snowman face. We'll add the snowflake in a minute, but I'm going to get my piece of tape down here and just paint my eyes and my nose and my mouth. Now I have this, you paint the nose whatever you want. I always go with orange. This is called Scarlet, and it's deco art, and it's a little bit different shade of orange, but I really like it. It's a little bit darker, so it's not as that carroty orange, I guess I would say, as I use sometimes. But I like this shade. And I'll darken it with some of that wax too, so it'll be darkened even more. I hope everybody's had a good week. Y'all, it's still raining here. I mean, it's not raining right now, but we still have rain in the forecast. It's crazy how much rain we've had. And I know I've had a few people say, I wish I had some rain. I so wish I could send it to you. We're flooded. Our lakes are flooded. Gosh, it's just been rainy. We haven't been this rainy in a while. So I'm just going to add some black to the eyes. I think, well, we're going to, where I live here in my town, they always do the fireworks display on the 4th of July. So as far as I know, we're going to be able to have it tomorrow. I hope it doesn't get canceled. But we have rain in the forecast for next week too. So it's just crazy. Okay, let's finish. Okay. Now we'll dry these down. You need more rain, Rhea? Oh, please take some of ours. I wish. I would love to give you some of it. And the funny thing about it is, you guys know as well as I do, it's raining right now, but you know, when it stops raining, it's going to stop raining and then we'll be dry. So it's like feast or famine almost. Okay, so we're going to go back with some of that Bear Wax over our nose. Oop, I may have gotten it. I may have been a little too heavy-handed on that. So we're going to wipe a little bit of that off. Okay, so we've got his little nose. Okay, that's ready to go. And then his little mouth, and you can, you know, put whatever, however you want to put these on there. I always kind of like to do a little bit wonky looking. You know, I just think that's cute. And then I'm just going to use my craft gel. I like to put the nose on first. I don't know, I just feel like I put everything, I kind of center it around the nose. Doesn't take too much. I'll probably use this little guy in my kitchen, probably I have a little tiered tray in there. I think he'll be cute in there. And I can use him not only at Christmas, but I can use him all winter too. So he'll be in my kitchen through January. Well, probably more through February. Okay, so we've got our little snowman. Now, we'll do this little snowflake. I didn't have a snowflake on with him, but I was like, we gotta have this snowflake. Thank you, Jenny. We gotta have a snowflake with this guy, because with him there's material strips that come too, so you can make a little bow. And I'm just going to lightly try to paint this. Now, when I have this kit, I will tell you the kit that he's in, there'll be four of him in the kit. So he would be great to like decorate with grandkids, or, you know, your friends have a girls' night. That would be fun too, and everybody could take one home. And he could be an ornament, or, you know, you could hang him on the tree, or stick him in a tiered tray like I'm going to. And we'll dry this down. Now, let me show you. I was trying to decide, trying to see where all my material went. So he comes with 2 pieces of the red check, so you could use the red check if you wanted to, and then 2 pieces of this is black with white polka dots, and that's what I'm going to use today. Pat, there's so what I have right now is, it's called a Christmas sampler, and it's got this guy and then a whole bunch of several other little mini kits all together, just kind of giving you a sample idea of what I'll have available at Christmas. So that's what I've got linked in the description. If you want just him by himself in that set, that won't be available until Christmas time. But I wanted to give everybody a peek, since it's Christmas in July. Okay, so I'm just going to take this and I'm going to cut it down, because he's not very big, so you'll have extra material from what I included in the package. Okay, so I'm going to cut him down to that. And then I'm just going to stack these. Okay, and then we'll tie them. Just use a little bit of jute to tie around the center. Double tie it. Just gonna make kind of just like a little messy bow. You don't have to do this. You could tie it. You could tie it around the handle if you wanted to. It's thin enough. This is just how I'm doing it. Now I'm going to have. I already made one of these today. Okay, I already made a little snowman. I'm gonna show you. So this, I'm gonna have an extra one. So if you guys, I'll pick somebody that sprinkles this video out. If you'll sprinkle the video out for me, I'll pick one person and I'll share this with somebody. So if you're interested in one, just make sure, in him, already painted and already done up, just sprinkle the video and I'll pick somebody. I'll probably do it tomorrow. That way people watching the replay will get a chance. And then probably Monday, I'll tell you. I'll randomly pick somebody and announce it. Okay. I always like to kind of spray my, my ribbons on the end and make them look shabby. Kind of pull those threads. Okay. Oh, and I know what else I did. I cut a slit in there and I pulled these to make them a little bit thinner. I decided I liked that earlier and I thought that was kind of cute. You can leave some of the strips thicker if you want to, and then just kind of pull and make some of them a little bit thinner. I'm not paying attention. I know I'm missing comments. Let's cut this a little bit more. Maybe do this one. Just be careful when you pull them so you don't pull them completely out like I did. Okay. Okay, so we've got our cute little polka dot ribbon on that guy. And I let my hot glue gun cool down, so we're gonna have to let that kind of heat back up for a second. Okay, but while we're doing that, we'll add just a little bit of distress to our snowflake here. Okay, and then we'll just hot glue that on there. And I have one already done, so I will show you what it looks like. So you can see my little distressing Hi, Cindy. My little distressing, it looks a little bit different on this one. So they you know, aren't always going to be the same. You can see more blue peeking out on him, and I like that a lot. So this one I did earlier. Thanks for sprinkling, Cindy. And then this one, you don't see as much blue, but they just always look different. But I really liked, thank you guys for the hearts. I really like just the, you know, just the distressed Chippy look on that. Thank you, Rhea. I think you turned out super cute. Okay. Y'all, my hot glue gun. It's driving me crazy. Don't know if I have enough to get some hot glue out of there or not. We'll just use our craft glue to get him on there. Let's put his little piece on there, and then we'll just glue our little snowflake right in the center. But I think he turned out really sweet. But it would be fun to do these with your friends. And see, you know, just see how everybody's turns out. I love doing group projects like that because everybody's personality seems to come through their project. So thank you, Dawn. So that's why I like to do little projects like this together with friends. So there he is. There's our little snowman. And like I said, I have two, so I'm going to share one. If you are interested in getting this little guy, all you got to do is sprinkle the video. Hi, Judy. Thank you. Thank you, Cindy. Thanks, Pat. So these are our little snowmen. And if you came on late, I'm offering that Christmas sampler kit that has one of these in it. But also, I'll have these at Christmas time too. So just keep that in mind. I know Christmas is a little bit out, but just keep that in mind. I'm just trying to get ready for Christmas and deciding on all of my kits. And that takes a lot of time, you know, so you have to start on that early, trying to plan on what you want to offer. And so that's why I offered. Oh, that works. I'm loving it. You're loving the fabric tack glue. Yeah. Thank you for the hearts, you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope everybody has a wonderful 4th of July and has a safe 4th of July. And I will see you guys again soon. Stay safe this weekend and see you next time. Bye, guys.